See if that works. Yo. Okay. Now it feels like I can see myself. Yo, pretty soon I guess I'm gonna connect the all right. One chat rate, zero viewers. Okay. Open studio. All right. Okay, I see something. Is this the same as that one? Let me see. Connect your encoder to go live. This should be working. Reset. I should be on. Yo, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I should be on. Yo. Check me out. Am I live? I'm supposed to be live right now, but I don't see anything. I'm supposed to be live right now. Yo. Am I live? Yo, let me see if I'm live. If I go to another, I should be live. So if I go to another browser, If I go to another browser, I should be live. Let me see what's up here. If I go to this one says live streaming and it's not working. Let me see. Yo, 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 yo. What? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Yo, guys. First off, let's get this out so that I see myself better. That should give me kind of like a more narrow point of view. So I should a little bit like this, if I'm not mistaken. Nah, it's the other way. It's the other way. If I'm not mistaken, it should be like this. Yeah, this is it. This is it. All right. Let's see. This should be working as far as I know, but it's not. So let's kind of look for a way to. Let's go. File, new private window. Yeah, it says the stream is offline. Interesting. Yo, everybody's live. It looks like I'm live. Open Studio. Okay, that's good. Filters. Nah, no filters. Yo, very happy. I still got a head full of hair. Okay, close. Streaming software connected. All right, so this part is good. If I move here, okay, that's better. Okay, so if I move here, I'm good. Properties, this is good. Filters, this is good. Fade, scene transitions. Okay, what is this? This is the audio on here. I don't have no monitor, so I'm good. Okay. Monitor off. Controls, drop frames, just a few, a little bit. I've been on for, but if I go online, switch account, select stream, refresh page. Open studio. I have to open the studio. Okay, this is it. Is this it? 2500. Okay, stream settings. 2500. Okay, let me change the bit rate. Let me change the bit rate. Settings, stream, output, bit rate 2500. All right, let's try to do that. Okay, okay, I changed the bit rate, so it should be a different bit rate. Open widget. Okay, that's good. And the lyric, 0 viewers. That's good. I don't mind. I'm not doing this for the viewership right now. Add stream marker, share. What does this share mean? Okay, close. Let's see if this is the one that's live right now. Oh, technically it should be this one, but it's not. Okay, okay. So I am live. I am live, but I don't have any monitor. Okay, 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 okay. Technically it should be this one, but it's not. Okay, okay. So I am live. I am live, but I don't have any monitor. Okay, 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 okay. So check me out. I don't know how often I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna shut down the monitor. I'm gonna shut down the thing so yeah we don't get any feedback. But yeah, man, it's weird what's going on right now in the world. It's 2:46 p.m. I'm just having a cup of tea, and you know, there seems to be some kind of competition happening in the first world, where everybody is scrambling for influence, visibility. Um, it's pretty much an individual game. So everyone is um, trying to come out as an individual. Um, everyone is trying to survive individually, and that just doesn't make sense, you know. Especially if you consider the way everybody grew up. Mostly, if you live here in Canada, you know. I live here in Montreal. I've been here since 1986. I basically went through the entire educational system here in Quebec, Canada. And education is a group setting. You're always in a group setting. In my class, I remember we had probably like 25 students, 26 students, sometimes 28, 30 students, you know. Our classes were almost packed, you know. So everything was always like in a group setting. Even though results were individualized, and I did have a few years where everything was a little bit more team based, where in class would be in groups of fours. Our desks would be all together. Um, but yeah, you kind of grow up in a group setting. But once work life starts, suddenly, depending on your job, and especially if you do computer work like I used to do, everything is individualized. So what ends up happening is that you spend these large swaths of time in your life where you don't build any networks. You know, you're not building any group structure. So you're actually wasting a lot of time. You know, because the way things are going, the only thing that not the only thing, but one of the strongest support networks you're going to have is your group setting. You know, if you're able to form a group, to belong to a group, you know, to be credible in a group setting. And those skills are completely out of the window. Everything is individual, everything is family based. Family based, which is fine, but even that is not fine because most people I know are not even close to their family, you know. So yeah, it's pretty messed up in here. Everybody is like tuned to the news media, even though we all know that the news media is like the number one brainwashing device, you know. So yeah, man, I just have to speak my mind. I have to let everyone know what I think. Uh, I'm up for dialogue. I'm sure nobody's listening. This says one watching now, but whatever. Um, Maybe I'll keep doing these. I don't know, man. I think I think that's one of my like I'm okay with being alone, working alone. There's some stuff that I like to do alone, but um uh you know, like when I'm working on my own art, but even that I think it's a mistake, you know. I think the focus on the individual and the pressure on the individual to always stand out, like I was saying, the competition for visibility, you know, the competition for prizes, you know, the competition for grants, you know, all that stuff that is like crucial to like the artist's life, it just completely destroys the artist's life, at least the life that I think that I should be living, you know. So of course I need to air out those grievances, you know, it's only natural. um, Eventually I'll be doing it in a more structured manner, you know. um, I want to like eventually I want to be able to start sharing like what I'm developing on my own, you know, what I think is like a counteraction to the things that are happening. Eventually, I'm going to get more technical with what I'm doing now. I don't know if I can change the title of the broadcast. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing here for the first time. Um, I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but let's see. Select stream properties, the properties of the stream, video capture device, studio settings. No, I'm good for now. Let me just keep going. Yeah, so like I was saying, eventually I wanna share what I'm doing, you know, because I need a whole lot of people to know the type of work that I'm working on, the type of research that I do, in order to cope with whatever's happening, you know, like what I do basically, the type of work that I engage in is a reaction to uh, the system that is imposed inside of Canada. Um, so Canada, it has somehow of a reputation as a kind of like what would you call it? Like a soft power country, you know, like a country that is right next to the United States and that because of its geographic position has some kind of like international weight, you know. Um, but honestly, I've heard it said before on other geopolitical analysis programs. Um, Canada is a vassal state of the British Crown, basically a British colony, colony exploited for its resources, of which it has many, you know, natural resources, human capital as well. Canada was one of the first countries to really get open to third world immigration. You know, I'm a product of that. I come from Guatemala. Um, you see the diversity, especially in a city like Montreal, but the mentality is, you see people like superficially, like physically, you see diversity, but mentality wise, you see a lot of the same shit. You see a lot of the, you know how you have monoculture in biology, um, monoculture where they just cultivate like one type of like vegetable or fruit, and that kind of destroys the diversity of the ecosystem. Well, you have that too when it comes to mentalities here. It seems that when you arrive to Canada, when you arrive to Montreal, you kind of get assimilated into this individualistic mentality. And there's many hurdles that are putting to kind of prevent some kind of a group dynamic. That's my analysis. And I mean, it's just, I just didn't pull it out of my hat. It comes from multiple years of being involved in community initiatives, cultural initiatives, almost always related to music. I worked for record stores. I did community radio. I organized hip-hop shows. I wrote for music magazines. And no, there's always the commercial imperative. There's never the imperative to kind of just um, allow yourself to be part of a group and kind of wield whatever influence you can with that group. Bring people in. There's always this tight knit circles. Everything is a little clique. And when it comes to money, um, once you kind of make it into a clique that has some type of like recurrent funding, because they're industry adjacent, they receive grants, automatically that puts you in another category, and then you get caught off from the real community. Um, that happens all the time in this city. I've been doing independent videography and photography for like 14 years almost now. And yeah, if you're not part of those circles, if you're not useful to them, if you don't um, display your affiliation to power in some way, even soft power, you get rejected. You are marginalized, So, of course, that's why insecurity is getting higher in Montreal. People are complaining a lot about, insecurity inside public transit. But it's it's because all these mechanisms that are put in place to implement individuality and not only individuality but also materialism, consumerism. There's all these mechanisms in place to kind of put materialism um, at the highest level. To put materialism as like the crown in philosophy. Which is completely wrong. Because we lived so many years as, I mean, if you trust history, we lived so many years where religion and spirituality had a bigger emphasis in our lives, and that kind of distorted materialism because um, it introduced the idea that whatever's going on is not just the result of visible forces but also invisible forces, and that reasoning has gone out the window. uh, Now materialism is the main philosophy, and it just puts everything in in either you have to prove it or it doesn't exist, and I think that uh, changes people's mentalities. It makes them more competitive and makes them more individualistic. So we can see that things are working in tandem, in conjunction, in convergence to implant a philosophy, a philosophy, a viewpoint, a global viewpoint, So um, one of the real obstacles to cohesion is this, this cultural philosophy that is implemented in all of the institutions, starting from the educational system. So of course these are big things to tackle on, you know. Um, um, Me, I'm a product of all that, but I am reacting to that. Why? Because I was able to, I was granted the privilege, you could say, even though it doesn't feel like a privilege, it feels like a necessity. I was granted the necessity to take the time to reflect on all these matters. And I came up with what I'm coming up with today, you know. So I guess I'll be showing you lots of things, the way that I work, the way that I do my research, the work that I'm producing, you know, how purposely it's not made to for me to make a living from it, you know. It's just made to use as a tool to understand the world we live in, understand reality, my reality in my environment, you know. So yo, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna go check later what the how the stream turned out. Um, but yeah, mm, I'm happy you. If you're gonna watch it later on stream, I think I'm gonna leave it up. You know, just natural. You know, just I'm just trying to be natural so that you see that I'm trying to be real. That's it. We're gonna get those happening a little bit more. There's gonna be more on the way. I'm gonna figure out the whole setup I need to have so that the things work, and probably get a better microphone. I got a bunch of microphones, so there's no use. There's no need to worry about like the technical aspect getting better. All right, I'm gonna be out. Peace. Oh yeah, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That's photocopy. PHOT0 copy. PHOT0 copy on Instagram. And yeah, peace.